Well, welcome everyone back to the Castlevania Ravenloft RPG. The last time we saw our heroes, they were exploring through the parapets into windows, closets, and then a bathtub full of blood, from which exploded a blood-drenched creature
Oh
that
yeah.
jumped to the ceiling, cackled manically. Blood was pouring off its pale flesh, its bony limbs, and its stringing hair as it scuttled away back towards the through one of the draped closet areas. Once again, Logan will not be able to be with us tonight, so no Jack Motley for the night. I'll do my best to portray Jack, but nothing can quite bring the flair that Logan does to Jack.
This is true.
That's definitely true.
There can be only one.
So time-wise, how long do you guys think that you've spent in Barovia?
Oh,
About 3 days?
hell,
No. Yeah, about a month, yeah.
something like that.
A month is quite a long time.
Maybe it's only been a couple weeks or 1 week. I don't know. We've lost track of time.
Yeah, I'm partly to blame for that. I should help you guys keep track of time a bit better. I've lost a little bit of track myself, and I was very meticulous at counting it at first. So this room that you're in, red satin curtains hang in the archways, both at both ends of the south wall. And then between them in the center of this chamber stands a large ornate iron tub with clawed feet that's full of blood. There's a small vanity off to the west side, and to the north is a set of double doors. And to the east, there's a door that you believe may go to the place where Mr. Jeeves previously explored that was a dining hall.
So, should we chase the blood creature?
All in favor of following?
Yeah, so worse it could happen.
Well, we can't leave it to ambush us later.
Yep.
Then by all means, gentlemen, after you.
Alright, I'm gonna stealthily creep back through the curtain.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Perception or stealth?
You can roll a stealth if you'd like, but I would like a perception to see if you're looking for it and if you found it.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, you sneak a look past the curtains, and you can see a trail of blood up on the ceiling. It looks like it disappears about halfway into the room.
What is it, Jeeves?
It just seems to disappear. Come look.
Is it real?
Seems to be. I'm not gonna taste it.
Hmm. So you're saying the trail of blood disappears on the ceiling?
Yep.
Is there anything on the floor?
Well, his spot check was really good, and this thing was dripping blood pretty profusely. You can tell that the blood splatters on the floor match where it is above before they continue on for a little bit more towards a window before disappearing. But those blood splatters aren't as if you would expect someone to make. There's no feet prints or anything. It just looks like what it looks like is like the momentum of liquid if it was to abruptly stop and keep splattering on the floor more than it was on the ceiling.
Gotcha, that's a good description.
Maybe it crawled out into the rain.
Well, Elias is going to step forward and be brave and look out the window.
All right. Outside the window, you see the drizzle is still pouring down. Occasional flashes of lightning. You don't see any creature out there, nor do you see any other walking sets of armor. Of course, you do know that that armor was unique. It was Strahd's own personal armor. I'm not sure if that's the only armor animated walking around out there, or if that was just unique as the armor itself.
Okay, so
Well,
Elias.
fantastic. You killed his horse and you stole his armor. Congratulations. He's going to be pretty pissed.
Oh, I think that was your idea, Alex, to take the armor.
It was, but I'm not the one carrying it.
I think we all are, aren't we?
Yeah, we distributed it.
So Elias informs everyone that he doesn't see anything outside. So, shall we continue on, perhaps through those double doors, or back outside?
Is that a window on the west
Live and
wall?
let live.
Roll a perception check, Alex. And what was your question, Mr. Jeeves?
On the exterior wall on the right, is that a window? On the left side, on the west.
Could you
Yeah.
place yourself where you're talking about? Oh, I think Elias peeked around that corner and saw a window further down that he let everyone else know about, yeah.
Okay. I was going to stealthily run up there and peek my eyeballs in and see if I can see anything.
Okay. While you're on the way to do that, Alexandra, you actually heard a very timid voice to the north beyond that door. Who's there?
Hello?
Hello.
My name is Alexandra. What's yours?
My name's Gertruda. Are you guests?
Oh my. Was not expecting that.
Who's Gertruda?
Really hard.
Fly. I'll find out later, don't worry.
We've been looking for her for like a year.
Since we started.
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
She's the daughter of the crying woman in the village of Barovia that we
Oh,
encountered.
yeah.
One of us has a memento of hers. Is
Yeah, the Blinsky doll.
Oh, damn. I named that thing too, didn't I?
who has that? Is it me?
I don't see it in my inventory.
Gertruda, you say?
Yes. Are you guests as well?
You
Nope.
could say that. Gertruda, we've been looking for you for quite some time. Your mother's very worried.
Well, I just woke up. Let me just finish putting on a few things.
Oh, I've got it in my notes, so I must have the doll.
I'm looking over my notes to see if I can find that doll's name.
It just says Blinsky doll and
Yeah.
City Gertruda's.
Oh, yeah. I guess I didn't give it a name. All right. Good enough.
Gertruda, you said you were a guest?
Yes, and you hear her walking towards the door. This gives Mr. Jeeves enough time to look in. And let me just reveal what you see.
Has Strahd bitten you, my dear?
Bitten me? Of course not. Strahd is a gentleman.
Is the door locked?
I'm revealing map. It takes a moment
Oh, okay.
and some effort.
Ooh.
All right, Mr. Jeeves, what you see on the other side of the room, or on the other side of the window. it looks like a pretty nice arch window along that west wall. There's heavily covered red drapery, and due to that, your view is a little bit limited. But you do see just a bit of Gertruda walking towards the door to the south. You only got a glimpse of her, though. However, you can see the rest of the room pretty nicely. It's well lit. There are golden tassels glistening in the light of 3 candelabras sitting atop small tables about the room. Tall white candles burn with bright, steady light. A large bed, canopied by silk curtains, sits with its headboard against the north wall. Carved into the headboard with great skill is a large letter Z. Lying amid the velvet and satin sheets, you can see is it looks like where someone just got up from, which would be Gertruda, you would assume.
And is my glimpse of Gertruda, does she look like a human, female?
You couldn't tell. You just caught the very back image of a woman moving. As you were moving towards the window, she was moving out of your line of sight.
Okay.
However, she does begin to open the door now and reveals herself to Alexandra. And what you see there, Alex, I'll just give you this portrait here.
Please begin. Please begin. Yay!
Oh my gosh, she's adorable.
It's a sweet, innocent-looking young woman. Sweet smells from what, or waft in from this direction when she opens the door. And she looks at you and says, "It's so good to have guests. I'm here alone so often."
I can only imagine. How did you come to be here?
Oh, well, it's been so long. Well, I was very kept in by my mother. She doesn't like me to go outside. She says it's dangerous, so I was always wondering about what the outside world would be. And I snuck out one night, and it was a very queer night. A lot of odd stuff going on in the village that night, but I was able to slink away and begin my adventures exploring this world. And I found my prince and my castle, and this is now my home.
Mr. Jeeves, what did you see?
Oh, well, come look. I see, seems to be a young lady talking to Alexandra.
Yeah, you can't quite see that far in. That's really blocked by your view. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, you can tell Elias that you saw a woman walking.
Yeah, I saw someone walking towards the room that we were in.
Oh, really? Oh, let's go check that out.
Jack just blurts out, "Are you a vampire?"
Yeah, there you go.
And Gertruda says, "I'm sorry. No, I'm not a vampire. I think that maybe Strahd may be a vampire, but he said he would never harm me, so... no, I'm not a vampire."
Be that as it may, I'm not calling the man a liar, Gertruda, but he is a very dangerous individual.
Well, I asked him if he'd make me a vampire, but he said that he doesn't really think that that would be appropriate right now.
Is the window open, Mike?
No.
Or unlocked, I should say.
When you try it, no, you find it's locked, just like the others.
So Elias is approaching and asks the company, "Oh, who is this?"
No luck on that lockpick.
Elias, meet Gertruda. Gertruda, this is my friend Elias.
Gertruda of the village of Barovia. We've been looking for you.
You've been looking for me? How interesting. I've never had any company
Yes,
of any sort. And now
As I told you, my dear, your mother is very, very worried.
Well, my mother's always been the worrying type, that's true.
And as Elias is talking, he produces the Blinsky doll that belonged to her to show her.
Oh, that is my favorite doll. That used to be my mother's when she was a young girl, and she gave that to me.
Yes.
And she reaches out for it and takes it, accepts it, with a great smile on her face.
Your mother actually asked us to come find you, Gertruda.
Well, here I am.
Why is she here, Alex?
Apparently, she wandered out during the night.
I'm a bit hungry. Are you all a bit hungry? Strahd usually wakes up about now and feeds me.
This is very peculiar. Are you saying you're a willing guest of the Count?
Of course.
She leans to Elias and whispers, not rudely, where she's trying not to let Gertrude overhear, but he hasn't bitten her yet. I asked her.
You can't
Are
really
you aware-
see her neck, but she seemed pretty earnest that she hadn't been bitten.
Are you aware that he keeps the company of monsters and terrorizes the land?
Well, he's a very powerful man. This land is his.
Can Elias divine sense to see if she is what she says she is or not?
Do you have a detect undead? Because I think that's demons and like pure evil, right? Like pure evil entities.
It says any celestial fiend or undead.
Oh, okay. So it works for undead too. That would, count for vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Is that just at will?
Yeah, it's just something he can do.
Sure. You can tell she's not a vampire, at least. She's not undead, and she's not a demon.
Okay.
Is she somehow under his thrall, though?
Well, I can't tell that. How long have you been here, Gertrude?
Oh, maybe going on about 4 weeks now, I think. It's hard to tell. This so rainy up here on this cliff.
Well, I have a feeling, well, I'm not just a feeling, but I'm quite sure if Strahd finds us, he will kill us. So we may not be able to stick around very long. And if you're not willing to come with us, I'm not certain what we will do.
Well, I guess you'll just have to leave me be and mind your business then. Are you saying that you're not invited guests? You're intruders?
We were invited. That's the disturbing part.
Well, what kind of monster would invite you as guests? Obviously, you're just being too hard on the man.
Be that as it may, Gertruda, we may be mistaken, but nevertheless, your mother is very worried. Would you be willing to come with us and reassure her that you're all right?
My mother would have me locked up in that room for the rest of her life. And after she passes, what do you think I would do? I would find no better place than right here to spend the rest of my days. This castle is beautiful.
We wouldn't allow her to just lock you away like a caged animal, my dear.
Well, that's what she's done all my life. What would you do about it?
Are you sure that you're not locked away here?
There's no other place I would rather be.
Would Strahd allow you to leave if you wanted?
I don't know. I don't want to leave.
That may be a question to pursue yourself.
I'm hungry. Shall we go down to the place where I normally eat?
Elias turns to his compatriots and says either she is honestly smitten or under some kind of influence.
Probably the.
Either way, I don't think we'll find a more friendly guide. Perhaps she knows something about the other tasks we're here to perform. She says she's been here a while.
And the question is, will the tenants of the castle attack her and break her fascination with the castle?
There's only one way to know. Gertruda,
Yes.
if you are hungry, my dear, then yes, let's go. Perhaps we can talk a little bit while we walk along the way.
Well, Strahd usually fetches me first. I'm not sure if I can remember the way. Do you remember the way to the entrance? It's on the first floor.
We would
sure.
remember how to get back there, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm pretty
The
sure we know
staircase
this.
is right over there.
Yeah, we can manage it.
I've never gone without an escort before. Strahd is usually with me.
Well, he did invite us, so we are guests. We can escort you. We have been exploring around the castle.
All right. Well, I'll just follow you then. Just judging from the way she says this, you're pretty sure that she would get lost in this castle if it was up to her to lead you there.
Understandable.
Oh, we probably should introduce her to the little clockwork man, too. We still need to think of a name for him.
It.
Yeah.
I want to call it when it showed up on its character sheet thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
he has a name, we just don't know what it is.
He hears you talking about a name, and he looks very interested. He looks up at Alexandra and tilts his head.
Could it write its name on a sheet of paper, you think? Elias poses the question to the Clockwork Man.
He shakes his head no.
Oh. Well, instead of going through windows and all that, since that would look rather odd to the girl, I'm assuming, Elias is going to take this door and open it. Actually, you have to go to the window.
All right. You open that door, and dust assaults your lungs. A sweet yet pungent smell of decay fills this room, in the center of which stands a long oak table. A blanket of dust covers the tabletop, and its fine china and silverware. In the center of the table is a large dried cake that leans heavy to one side. It looks like something recently exploded out of it. The once white frosting has turned green with age. Cobwebs hang like dusty lace down on every side of the cake. A single doll figure of a well-dressed woman adorns the crust of the cake. Suspended above is a web-shrouded chandelier, forged of iron, and an arched window in the south wall is draped with heavy curtains. Resting in a wooden stand by the window is a dusty lute, and standing quietly in the southwest corner is a tall harp shrouded in cobwebs. Now, Alexandra, you grabbed the groom that was on the floor, and what was it that you did with it again?
She put it back on top of the cake next to the bride, and Jack took the loot.
I see. Yes, that was nice loot.
Literally. I gotta think of a name for that thing.
Yeah, he looks at you and then he points at himself, and then he scratches his head.
You don't know your name, my little friend.
And he nods his head yes.
Yes, you do know your name, or no, you do not.
He nods his head yes.
Does he know how to spell it?
I just try that. Oh, come along, Gertrude.
Would Alex have enough insight to remember the name of the tomb that he was hesitant to enter?
Maybe. You remember it was some woman's name.
It wasn't the woman's tomb that he was hesitant to enter, it was that other one.
Oh. Yeah, you're putting two and two together there, but I'm not going to give you that name. Without a good wisdom roll, Because at least you're on the right path.
Well, shit.
Really, though, I would encourage you to
Wait a
name
minute,
him.
that was a save, though. That was a save. That was an actual check.
It's the same thing, right? It's the same modifier. Yeah. Anyways, I would encourage you to name him whatever you like. He'd probably like that.
Well, the only thing I'm thinking of off the top of my head is one of the enemies in the inverted castle, the Akmadon.
I don't know why I can't pull up this NPC. That is fucked up. I guess I'll have to do it the long way. You found him in the highest spire. Yeah, here's the NPC. I don't know why it was doing that. I guess I'll just refer to him as Clockwork Man until you name him. And we'll put him into the combat tracker. And we'll also put him in the room so you guys can keep track of him from now on.
Huh.
I suppose we can do that with Gertruda as well.
Hold on, I'm browsing the wiki for a name.
The wiki? What are you talking about?
CV wiki.
Oh. Alright, so Elias, you've opened that door before you use the dusty old cake.
Yes. So
The window billows in where you guys had opened it and not closed it earlier.
all right, this way, Gertruda. We know a good shortcut to get there.
Oh, great. And she... sticking right behind Elias.
Okay.
And suddenly soundboard.
Hello, soundboard. Wow. Maybe the volume's a little too low.
I think it's good.
I don't know.
I hope there's a funky song like this in Ritual of the Night. That'd be great.
All right. Elias, you are waiting at the window for everyone to pass through.
Yep.
And when you climb out the window, you're met with a terrifying sight.
Yay.
None other than Strahd von Zarovich himself is standing at the entrance of the stairwell that you came through.
Oh, fantastic.
I'll assume everyone else was kind of close. But lightning illuminates his face as the rain gently pours down. I see we have guests. Welcome to Castle Ravenloft.
Elias doesn't say or think anything. But he does look back at the window to see if the others are coming.
Alright, I got a name for the little bastard.
All right, name the little bastard, please.
Arabaki.
Arabaki?
Yeah, the crazy little flying things from Harmony of Dissonance. 1 second. I'm throwing it in the Ravenloft.
No, that's fine. When you say Arabaki, the Clockwork Man looks up at you and then just kind of like looks slowly over at Jack. And then you guys hear the voice of someone outside that sounds like Strahd.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes. Gertruda runs past Elias next to Strahd. We were just coming to get a bite to eat. These people say that they're your guests, and I was escorting them down to where we can have dinner, where we usually have dinner. And he looks at her and says, "Oh, yes, Gertruda. I was just coming to feed you." So you wish to dine with Gertruda here? He's looking at you, Elias.
I suppose that is agreeable.
I found a very disturbing scene in my castle when I awoke. Why is my beloved friend dead?
Alex just glances at both Elias and Jack.
You speak of the nightmare that tried to kill us.
Yes. Belcephius was more than a steed to me. He's been a companion for an untold number of years, well beyond your mortal lifetimes.
Well, it seems he was trained quite well to murder us, but we defended ourselves successfully.
Alex just face palms.
So, is everyone hungry? Is that the case?
We apologize for the loss of your steed, Strahd.
It's impolite when someone asks you a question that you do not answer it.
Hungry, yes.
Ah, well then everyone is hungry, yes. And he looks at you, Elias.
It is true, we have not eaten in some time.
Elias still has no shadow, by the way.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah.
reminding you.
Strahd smiles just ever so slightly and says, "Yes, it has been some time since I've fed myself." And he beckons Gertruda closer to him, and she slowly walks closer to him. Not but a moment later, before anyone decides just to watch this, he embraces her, and she gasps as if he's never done anything like this before.
Uh-oh.
Jack speaks up. He's about to kill her. And as soon as he says it, Strahd buries his fangs deep into her neck and begins draining her of all of her blood.
Great.
She winces in pain. What do you want to do?
Out of character, I would want to shoot him with an arrow, but that's not going to do much.
She begins to claw at his back.
You don't have to kill her. Especially not just to prove a point to us.
No one else?
Oh,
Elias is just glaring, thinking of what a monster he is, but knowing that he can't do anything to stop him.
Once he completes
Please don't
his
kill her.
feast, he walks over to the parapet of the castle with one arm, holding her by her throat, tosses her off the edge.
damn.
You don't hear her scream. The sounds of the rain and thunder mask any sound of her hitting the bottom.
Alex just cringes and clutches the hand of the little mechanical lamp.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that.
So, who's still hungry? I've satiated my hunger.
That wasn't necessary.
Shall we get out of this rain? See, you've opened a window. And he begins walking towards the window. He's going to have to move through all of you to do it. Is anyone going to stop him?
I'll move out of his way.
All right. In he goes, effortlessly climbing through the window. Immediately, he takes a seat.
She just goes and sits right beside him.
Strahd says, "What is this?" And he reaches up, grabs the groom that's stuck on the top of the cake, and snaps its head off with his thumb before discarding it on the floor.
I figured that was on the floor for a reason. Elias doesn't say that.
Is there a reason the little clockwork's still standing up in the rain?
No. So, Strahd waits for everyone to take a seat if they're going to, and then he says, "Welcome to Castle Ravenloft. I believe the business that we have is that you were to seek a certain someone for me. Have you found Lisa?" Shall I take your silence as failure?
We haven't found her yet.
I find this very peculiar. That you come here without finding her first. Were our terms not clear the last we met? I believe I've shown you great mercy in my land. I've employed you, I've trusted you. You have stole from me, looked into my darkest secrets. You have ripped part of this land away from me. I know it was you. Shall we stop with this pretense and just get down to business?
I imagine perhaps you already know, but not just Lisa leads us here to this castle. Many other things around this land lead us here for things that are either missing in persons or things or items that others have us come looking for.
And what would these be?
One of them is this clockwork man that stands with us.
Ah, Pidwick the Second, I see. Well, he's been a resident here for many years.
So that's
Another-
his name.
Another would be Gertruda herself, whose mother sent us on quite the journey. We've been looking for her almost as long as Lisa.
She came here of her own will.
And of course, we did not know this.
Yes. What else?
A man named Emil.
Oh, I see. Emil of the werewolves. You seek Emil because of the rivalry that he shares. Who put you up to this?
We seek him because his wife is worried over his fate. She doesn't know what happened to him. If we just had some word, some comforting closure to give her.
I have not decided on his fate. Not at this moment. He is my prisoner. Does that satisfy your curiosity?
Indeed. Thank you.
What else do you require from my castle?
We were also asked to find the bones of a dragon, a great white dragon.
Silver.
Who asks
Silver.
you to find these bones?
The ghostly residents of Argynvostholt.
My thralls squirm under my control. That is all the better. It is good. Good they retain enough of themselves to suffer as they currently are.
I
Yes,
take it they
well,
slighted you in your life.
my trophies will not be given up simply for the whims of some undead fool. Someone that is cursed to walk this land for the rest of all of eternity, serving me under my will. Anything else that you require of my belongings here in my castle? This is very enlightening. I'll have to speak with Emil's wife.
They don't walk your land, Strahd. They remain trapped in Argynvostholt of their own volition. They don't
Everyone
move, they
is
don't
trapped
leave.
here in Barovia. Everyone, including all of you, and including me. I am the ancient and the land that keeps this entire realm existing and persisting.
Out of character, was there anything else? We think that one of the jewels for the winery might be here. Is that right?
Oh, yeah, that was right.
I'm
That's
not sure if
just
I
your
want to bring that
theory,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Strahd says, "It is my undying persistence that leads this place in some fashion of order, so it's not left to chaos, just a prison to all who are here.
All but the Vistani.
The Vistani may come and go as they please.
Are you aware, perhaps, that there may be another powerful vampire here?
I had my suspicions, but it seems you may have some interesting information. Elias, roll a will save. A will save.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
Oh.
dude.
I have to give his focus off of us somehow. Which one, Mike?
Will.
What is
Wisdom. Wisdom save.
that? Okay.
Yeah, no.
Ooh, a 10. Let me see here. What's the DC on this?
While you're trying to figure that out. Strahd, my lord, please, can you tell us what became of Elena?
Oh, yes. Burgomaster's son's friend. I can introduce you to her if you wish.
Is she still human?
What is it to be human? Am I human?
You're dodging the question.
He only smiles. He bares his fangs just a tad bit. In the crook of one of the corners of his mouth, where his smile is the widest.
I'm sure she's just like Gertruda.
Does she still live?
I think I've answered enough of your questions. It's only fair to say that that's true. And I said that I would introduce you to her, if you truly wish to find out.
No, I think we would mostly wish to leave the castle.
Elias, you find that your thoughts are bent more to Strahd's will when he asks you this next question. He says, "What might you know of any other vampire that is powerful that has come to this land?" And you feel inclined to be honest.
Well, he honestly doesn't know that much himself. Let me think about how to answer that.
Yeah, remember what you know. That's in character versus out of character. Alexander's
Right.
dream was all forgotten as soon as she woke up, and everything else is purely up to you. So everything aside from that, you do know.
Yes, a powerful vampire has entered the land with some compatriots, and I believe one of them is one that I know from experiences in my youth. A woman that goes by the name Carmilla that I believe we have actually met. And also, he may have other accomplices which are powerful, but we don't know exactly what his goal is or what he wants from us or you. It seems that he does like to aid us occasionally.
I see. I see.
And the woman Carmilla is currently taking up residence in the swamps down by Berez.
In quite a curious turn, and I can only associate it with this happening perhaps, we had some visit from what seemed to be Death himself.
Death himself. His face drops all emotion.
Yes, he presented us with a contract to revive Alexandra.
Who else has been aiding you?
Is Elias still under the influence of whatever?
Make another will save. Or wisdom save.
Please roll high. God damn it!
It's higher. At least.
You continue to feel like he is shaping your course of thoughts as he's asking you these questions. This interrogation feels to you like he's pulling things from your mind to the forefront that he wants to know.
Right.
Who else is aiding you in my land?
What's his? Well, the mayor of
Velaki.
the mayor of Velaki, the burgomaster, has been quite hospitable to us. He has provided us with rooms to stay and quite the hefty rewards, as well as helping us travel.
You feel the you feel like the Mardikoff family is starting to rise to your mind, that that also Richter van Rudolph, his image is also floating to your consciousness, as well as
Rudolph van Richten.
yes, I said that completely backwards. Rudolph van Richten and his apprentice
Yeah, I mean, I thought of those too, but I was
All of these people you're trying to push down in your memory, but he's trying to pull them up. And then whenever you say Baron Baron von Volokovich, he just kind of chortles and he says, "That man is a fool. He is not anyone I'm concerned about. But I find it very interesting that Death himself is aiding you. This vampire must be extremely powerful." And you feel like the images of the Martikov family and Rudolf van Richten are fading from your mind, and you're getting more control back of yourself, as if he's released you before those actually came to full fruition. But Esmeralda and Van Richten seem to be still a secret. Alexander, make a will save.
Yeah.
Your
I
turn.
was waiting for that shit.
He
Did
asks
that not
you.
roll? There we go.
He asks you. Be honest with me, my dear. Would you be ready and willing to take Lisa's place if she should have perished? Would you stay with me here in Castle Ravenloft? I Am the Wind is not the appropriate... Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is the appropriate song right now.
I was just thinking that. Oh boy.
That's some Kenny G saxophone and Strahd asking you about staying with him.
Oh my god.
I mean, that is kind of appropriate.
Kill me, please. That was not in character, shut up.
But you do feel that Strahd is probing your mind, and that you will speak honestly with him.
So she failed, is what you're saying?
Oh, that's a 17. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can feel him prying at your thoughts, but your thoughts are your own. You can answer however you wish.
If it was the only way to save my friends, I would do whatever I had to do.
Very interesting. I believe that the honesty shared at this table tonight may save you your lives. You have a very important decision to make. You will cease to rip me from my land, to take my power from me, as you have broken from me before. And instead, I will give you one final chance to find this other vampire, who apparently is your ally, and with him, hopefully, Lisa. If you do this, I will allow you to live.
And leave.
Leave. Where would you leave?
Return to our land.
This is beyond my power.
But
What if
not,
Go ahead.
But somehow not beyond the Vistani's power. Would they be able to help us leave?
No, the Vistani themselves may leave. They cannot take anyone with them. Shall I tell you more about how the Vistani have this power that no others have? You recall the tales that were told to you around the campfire at Madame Eva's camp about how the Vistani were they had met Strahd in life and they had saved him. You can tell he's ready to retell that tale if you'd like to hear it.
No, that's quite all right. I think we understand.
If it'll stoke his ego to listen to him talk about himself, then sure.
Okay.
It would be impolite if we weren't attentive guests, Elias.
Well, let me just go pull that up then, and I'll go through it.
My lord, if it's all the same, would we at least be able to take Piddlewick to the toy maker here in the land? He has been very interested in finding him,
What
and I'm
does he
sure
want
he'd
with him?
enjoy making. He wants to examine him. Apparently he was created by his mentor.
Does he wish to disassemble him?
I wouldn't allow his disassembly. A study, perhaps, yes, so he can create others, or at least similar-minded toys, but I wouldn't allow him to be disassembled or destroyed.
He looks at the construct and he says, if that is truly what you wish, to leave my residence, then you may, but I only ask that after enough time passes, all of those that you have outlived, that you have survived, that you return home. You are always welcome here.
Are you perhaps using my shadow for something, Strahd?
Yes, I thought that was obvious. Your shadow is mine now. I'm simply using it as leverage. Do you wish to be reunited with your shadow?
For curiosity, what would it take to get it back?
I will
Dude, he's
satisfy
probably
your,
been
I will satisfy your
hurt.
curiosity in my own time. You may look forward to being reunited with your shadow soon.
He's probably warped it and turned it into something horrible. Are you really sure you want it back?
Well, not really, because I don't know what I really need it for. Aside from just being weird, I don't have one.
Man, I'm having problems finding the tail of the Vistani.
It's okay. You can just say that he regaled them all with the tail again.
Sure. Well, the gist of it that Strahd explains at length is that he was injured in the war that it took, the battles it took to actually take this land. And when he was fighting against those forces, the Vistani found him wounded and took him back to his army and saved his life in doing so. He made a vow right then and there that they would always be welcome to come and go as they pleased through his lands. This was when he was still alive. He had no idea that he would end up in this fate. And it seems that when the curse took hold of him, that oath extended to hit those people.
If you would indulge just one more question for now, my lord.
Yes, what is it?
There are some very strange body-shaped holes outside in the cliff face.
It's very interesting. I've never seen such a thing.
They fit all of our proportions exactly. On the cliff face.
How curious. I've never heard of this.
Well, that's not comforting. Something you haven't heard of in your own land. Especially so close to your home.
Yes. I was granted these powers by something far more dark than I could ever hope to be. Perhaps these things still influence the land.
It's quite reminiscent of me finding 2 instances of my severed head and the corpse that looks just like me in Argynvostold and in your crypt.
He just strokes his face and his chin, and he says, there are many interesting surprises for you to find. Perhaps these are omens of your fate. Perhaps holes in rocks that are proportioned just as you are, that recede deep into the cliffside. Perhaps stepping into these and seeing what happens is accepting your fate, the fate that was made for you, the fate that you fit in, discovering what happens at the end of that fate, rather than walking past such an opportunity, discovering a path that was not meant for you, so you can forge your own path in life. But I suppose
And if we were
we'll
to
never
step
know.
into these holes and it magically just seals behind us,
If that was your fate, you passed it by. If you were to find yourself swinging from a gallows one day and pass it by, perhaps you may find a different fate, or perhaps that's just an omen of what's truly lying ahead for you. He looks at Mr. Jeeves.
Yeah, I thought he would.
Elias nods and holds his hand up towards his friends to kind of motion that he's satisfied and we don't really need any more information.
So, what is your decision? Will you destroy this other vampire? Will you find Lisa for me? Or will you betray me one more time? I just hope that you understand that no matter what you do, I will be forever, and you will be forever here.
we would appreciate you allowing us more time to locate Lisa.
You have come to my castle, you have destroyed my friend, you'll never have him back.
I had no part in that.
Yes, she wanted to make friends with him, actually.
He was a beautiful creature. I never wanted to harm it.
I can sense a truth in your words. You're very interesting.
She is very interesting.
I do not believe Lisa would have been so willing to embrace such a creature. Perhaps I should stop looking for her and simply ask you to destroy this vampire for me. Or at least root him out.
Speaking quite honestly, Strahd, I'm interested in finding out what the story is behind this vampire myself, and you can take that to mean exactly as I say it.
So you will not try any more purification rituals? You will honestly seek this out as an ally to me? I have been foolish to trust you so far. I've lost much that I can never regain. But with such I respect your power.
My power lies in priesthood, and I'm afraid, due to that very nature, I could never be your ally.
Then you refuse to help.
I do not refuse to help, but I cannot consider myself someone that could ally himself with you. Perhaps this goal is neutral, and I can locate this vampire.
As long as a vampire dies, you will be fine either way. Is this true? Help me destroy this intruder in my land. Is this an agreement? Your life? Simply for this task? Or will you continue to fight me, aided by one that you have not even seen?
I will aim
Sorry, go ahead.
I will aim to complete the task.
Aided or not, we don't even know if we can trust this other vampire. He may just be toying with us and using us as well.
As well.
We don't know what his ends are. His true intentions. We know nothing.
Yes, exactly why I want to seek him out myself. I think he would have many of our answers.
Either way, we seem trapped in the middle no matter what.
We always have been, I believe.
I feel a bit of reluctant from you, Elias. I believe that it is wise for me to take collateral of you. I've already taken your shadow. What more can I take? And he looks at Mr. Jeeves. And then he looks at Jack. Jack. I believe that is the name. If I do remember correctly, I think that you shall be my guest. Just to make sure Elias has proper motivation.
Alex opens her mouth and shifts a little to protest, but then just remains silent.
You mean you're proposing to keep Jack here while we look for this other vampire?
Yes, I think it would be best.
Out of character, what form is Jack in right now?
I think the last that Jack chose, he chose to stay in a hybrid form even though he could switch back. I'm going to say he switched back.
Okay. Okay.
I can see no gain in arguing this point, Elias. As much as I can sense that you want to.
Strahd, sir, I believe that at any given moment you could strike us down. I don't think we need any more motivation than that.
I could have stricken you down the first time that I saw you, but that did not stop you from destroying Balcephius or ripping the land's power from me.
Well,
If-
Jack is quite a vital member of our group. I'm not sure we would be successful without him.
If I find that my power has been lessened, Jack will die instantly. Will not hesitate.
Elias looks at Jeeves and Alex to see what their thoughts are.
Hmm. Yeah, sorry. I got nothing.
Alex is just nervous at this point. She doesn't want to leave Jack behind, but like she said, there's no point in arguing.
Jack, how do you feel about this?
Well, I mean, if Gertruda could stay here for a month, I'm pretty sure there's probably a good library around here.
Yeah, I think he would respond like that, yeah. He would just be flippant, like, yeah, sure, hang out, have a good time, whatever.
He mentally projects his voice into Elias's head. And he says, well, Crusader, don't get me killed, but I think I could probably escape this if I really wanted to. Let's just let him think that I'm a captive.
Right, you can fly. Can Elias talk back to him, or is it one way?
No, it's one way, I think.
Okay.
Also, bear in mind, Strahd is telepathic somewhat, so.
Yeah, that too. But Jack being Jack and the smart guy that he is, too, just out of character suggestion for what he should do, he'll probably, if given the chance, scope out anything else he can find out about Strahd or the castle while he's in there. So that could be one advantage of him being here.
Strahd looks to Elias. Is this agreeable? You understand?
I understand your terms.
Then I wish to at least have this vampire exposed. If you can defeat him or weaken him before I can get my hands on him, I will make sure that you and your friends are greatly rewarded.
So if we do find him, is there any way we can summon you?
If you find him, I will know.
I see. Very well.
I am taking someone from you, but I am sending someone else with you.
Is that right?
Yes, and whatever they know, I will know.
And whom are you referring to?
I'm so glad you asked. It looks like the shadows themselves morph into the outline of Elias.
Fantastic.
Great, 2 Eliases.
Yes, you can see on the wall behind Strahd is the shape of Elias in shadow. And it slinks around the edge of the room until it's behind him.
Behind Strahd?
No, behind you.
Oh.
It mimics your movements, but not perfectly. And it doesn't extend from your body. It just looks more like Peter Pan's shadow.
Lovely.
Only infinitely more sinister.
Whether you will feel the absence of Jack's aid, I'm sure that my minion will be able to assist you. Perhaps not quite as effectively, but they will be able to help to a certain extent. So long as that I approve of whatever actions they wish to take.
Elias just looks confused and somewhat frightened and just doesn't know what to say.
In the nature of honesty, my lord, what shall we tell Ismark if we were to encounter him again? The poor man has already been through much. He's lost his sister. He's lost his new, whatever she is to him, girlfriend.
You have come into my house. You have slaughtered one of my dearest friends. Maybe not you, but your friends have. There will be a payment made for this. And you can tell Ismark that. I believe we are clear here. Does anyone else have anything to say before I return to my duties?
Elias is gazing at his shadow behind him and just thinking about how it represents the parts of himself he doesn't like.
Jack, you are fortunate. During Gertruda's stay, I normally do not keep food for mortals, but I am well stocked. thanks to her presence. You may have her room. And Jack says something smarmy that sounds bullshitty, but, oh, thank you for the great accommodations, Lord Strahd. And
Oh, dead ladies room.
obviously is being... he's being faux polite and gracious. Mr. Jeeves, outside the window, you see some bloody figure run down the parapet. Across the window and away somewhere.
Flip it off as it runs by.
Alex picks up a fork and throws it at him.
Oh, it was past the window. You're throwing a fork out the window?
No, she's throwing a fork at Jeeves for making a rude gesture.
Oh, okay. All right. There's shiny silverware headed towards you, Mr. Jeeves. Would you like to catch it?
Of course.
All right. Roll a dexterity check. All right.
Damn.
Make a ranged attack, Alexandra.
You can still hit him.
Yeah, it'd have to be a natural 20, I'm pretty sure. But your dexterity is pretty high. Oh, Jeeves.
Oh,
my
damn!
God, by 1 point. That's it. Mr. Jeeves, you almost close your fingers around the very bit of the fork, but it passes just ever so slightly between your fingers and pegs you pretty hard. Good job, Alex.
Can I throw it back?
If you want, but Strahd is not entertained by your antics.
Oh well, throwing it back.
Okay.
Guys,
That
what
is
are you guys
rude,
doing?
Jeeves.
Make a ranged attack.
Food fight!
Alex, would you
What
like to
is-
dodge it or catch it?
Is this just like a showbow attack?
Yeah, basically the same thing.
Oh lord.
She will dodge.
Okay, well, it didn't meet your AC, so you dodge it easily.
Yeah.
All right.
Jeeves, you're being rude.
Mm-hmm.
Strahd
She
stands
glares
up
at him.
and he says, Jack, we will come to know each other over the next few days. Would you escort me to my chambers? And Jack says, well, if I must. And he looks to everybody with a slight bit of worry and a tinge of confidence. You see Jack move over to Strahd's side of the table. And then he says, let us be off. I assume that you will leave my castle on your own accord without being escorted, or shall I escort you to the entrance?
Yeah, we'll find it.
Thank you for your hospitality and mercy, my lord. Alexandra just bows.
All right. Now here's the problem with Ravenloft, just out of character. I've got to figure out how Strahd's going to get to where he's going.
You do? I mean, you could just disappear with Jack, right?
No, I mean, how is he going to disappear with Jack? That's not a thing he does.
Well, you know where he's going.
This castle's a freaking maze. I do know where he's going, but I've got to follow like a lot of links to get there, so
Oh.
this takes a bit.
I'm surprised Strahd didn't mention us killing one of the brides, honestly.
Well,
He was more concerned over the fucking horse.
he
not-
was actually more concerned about the fucking horse.
It sounded like he was neglecting the woman pretty hard.
Well, we knew that, yes, but I still can't imagine he'd be particularly pleased at one of his minions being destroyed.
I think he found a new favorite. Well, two new favorites.
Okay, I know the path. All right, so
A new favorite. He just tossed one over the parapets.
there is a door on the east
Jack will
side of the
fly.
room,
Mm-hmm.
and Strahd opens the door for Jack to pass through, and Jack passes through. Strahd closes the door behind him.
Jack's just spinning.
I'm not doing that.
That was me, sorry. I had the gauntlet thing in my head. I was like, "Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo." Down the exit. All right.
With that, we should be on our way.
Are you guys following them?
No, I'm trying to hear behind the door if I can get anything.
Oh yeah, you can hear footsteps walking off. I'll let that happen without a check.
But no words or
Uh,
conversation.
you do hear. Well, roll a perception check.
Okay.
You hear a cacophony of squeaks.
Cacophony of squeaks. Okay. Well, I guess there's nothing more we can do here.
So Piddlewick was your name then.
The clockwork man nods. He is agreeing that. And then he holds up two mechanical fingers. Pidwick.
Piddlewick the second.
Yes. And he nods his head. And then he gives you a thumbs up.
Pleased to finally meet you.
He spins
reaches
around
her
on
hand
his
out.
hill and then deeply bows.
Where's
She
Piddle?
gives it a amused little clap and then reaches for his hand once more. Shall we be off then?
Yeah, where do you guys want to go?
Speaking of off, I have some things I gotta take care of real quick. So I'll be AFK for a while.
Well, it's about time to wrap up anyway, I believe.
No, it's not.
No, it's only 8:53.
Yeah, it's early. We started early.
We got an hour.
Oh, I thought the stream started.
No, it starts at
Okay.
10.
Okay.
Are you on our time, Alex?
No,
You're on
I'm
Eastern,
at
right?
10 o'clock Eastern, but it's an hour earlier where you guys are.
Okay.
Yeah, Central. Yeah.
Right.
I know
Well,
what
I
time it
worked
is, though. It's time for another beer. Hold on.
I will try and be back before the end.
Oh, are you taking a extended little break?
Yes. So don't wait for me. Carry on.
All right, Mr. Jeeves.
I'll leave myself in your good care.
We'll drag him along.
Well, I just gave the last guy that was absent to Strahd, so whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, we'll just be trying to get to the entrance, I believe. So.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I would hope we'd have safe passage now that he's granted us leave.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna get another beer. Hold on.
All right, I'll be back. Maybe.
Why is that hilarious? That's not a comforting thing to say.
Well, I think it worked out pretty well for me to bring up the other vampire, because that gives them something for us to do.
That gives him something to do,
Okay,
yes, but also put Alex in a very, very, very dangerous position, and you're very lucky that she rolled high on her wisdom save.
You can tell Strahd likes Alex.
Christ.
Like it's to the point now where it's probably more than Lisa.
Oh,
And
Lord.
you can tell that he thinks Lisa is the embodiment of his brother's previous bride. The same woman that's atop that cake.
Oh, so this brother's the one that was on the cake. Gotcha.
Was.
Oh, when the DM talks in metagame. That's terrible. Shame on me. You guys are supposed to put this
Lord.
stuff together yourself.
Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I need to somehow let you guys move Pidwick,
Yeah.
but I don't know how. So
I'll
just turn him off.
Release his character sheet and
he
let
doesn't have a
me
character sheet.
claim him.
NPCs are different.
Shit.
I'll just turn him off and assume he's with Alex.
Okay.
But if you ever want him on, I can turn him on.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I know
really,
all the
dude?
right buttons.
No, I was just
Oh
thinking
my
about.
god.
I was thinking about a clock. You know, like clockwork, like a mechanical thing.
Me too.
Yeah, sure.
Me too. Turning
Yeah.
him on, he's like a toy.
Yeah.
Just keeps getting
I know all the right
worse.
buttons
Stop.
to push to turn the guy on. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god, just stop. Let's get out of here.
And it was a little creepy how Jack seemed to be just Strahd's type there near the end.
Oh lord.
Just saying.
What do you mean? I'm not getting that one.
Seemed like he was interested in Jack in a special way, a little bit.
Oh, no, you guys haven't met that vampire yet. Okay, so this long, hollow sigh of the wind breathes a semblance of life into this otherwise featureless staircase as you descend. And this goes into the lower areas. Let's see, you're in 3rd level now. So let me just look at the rest of this. You can close that level. All right, you emerge into the very cobweb-laden hallway where you found the secret door that the throne was pointed at. Where do you guys want to go from there? I'll share the map. It's just taking a while.
Back to the creepy hallway where we hit the puppet.
Yeah, I'll confirm with everyone else. The plan is to follow the same route we took to get where we were.
Indeed.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys aren't going to explore any further. You're just going to take the exact same path.
He pretty much told us to get the fuck out. I don't want to anger him.
Yeah, I think he was pretty agreeable, all things considering. So I don't want to test him any more than we have to.
All right. Well, you guys pass through the audience hall. You go through the small guard post area, through the King's Hall, where the puppet ran from one end of the room to the other, then to the King's balcony, then down the stairwell back to the chapel. So you're on the ground floor now. Let's pull that map up. So you can close that map.
Yeah. I feel like even if we found some of those other things I mentioned, it would look pretty obvious that we were quickly defying what he just asked us to do.
So you have intentions to defy Strahd, I see. No, I'm just kidding.
No!
So yeah, you find yourselves in the chapel, then the Hall of Faith, where the statues are on either side. You come to the room where it's the Great Entry. This is where you fought all of the gargoyles. And you took a
kicked
long
their
rest
asses.
here. Interestingly, the sound of organ music is still loud in this area, leading southward. And then,
Oh, we forgot to ask about that.
yeah, and then there's the entryway that you came in that had the
Dragon statues.
the dragon statues, and then the exterior of the castle, then the drawbridge. Is that the path that you wish to take?
Indeed.
I would say so, yes. I think all the other places we could look would require opening a new door.
Well, there were
Except,
stairs and halls and other things to the north and south of the entry, the
yeah,
great entry.
I suppose we could look quickly in that little area.
Which area? North or south?
Um,
Do you really think he's going to buy the fact that, oh, we just got lost, sir, sorry?
well, he did say that we were always welcome in his castle for some reason. I think a cursory look around the entry area here would be okay.
Okay.
What's up to the north area?
You see a great stairwell leading up, and then it turns to the left, and you can't see any more unless you go up the stairs.
All right, that's fine. How about to the south?
To the south, the music gets louder as you approach. And are you going to go into that little guest hall? Or are you going
Looks
to
like
stay
there's
in the
more.
entryway?
Looks like there's more hallway to be revealed there.
There is. Let me go ahead and put you on here since you're exploring. Is anyone exploring with him?
You don't have to. It's fine.
You can move yourself.
Alex will wait patiently by the door.
Okay. I'll put Mr. Jeeves there with you. All right, Elias. From that point, you can see that that hallway extends a bit. And then you see a staircase. It looks like it leads both up and down.
Okay, and down here?
Actually, it looks like they just go up. It's so hard to tell on these maps. Yeah, so it looks like those stairs go higher, and then at that a little bit more south point, the music's really loud here, but you just see a statue in this little alcove here.
Which direction is the music? Is it behind the door?
Yeah, it's behind the double doors to the west.
Okay, that'll do it all. That's it for me, then.
All right. All right. Elias returns, and then you come upon the entryway. You just read here. All right. So you guys enter the entryway, Mr. Jeeves and Alexandra first, since you're already waiting there. And as soon as you do, I need you to roll for initiative.
Fuck. God damn it.
So, just those two, or Elias as well, or what do you
Elias
say?
as well.
Okay. $20.
Nice.
Right,
Yeah, even
so,
though behind you guys.
You may have to roll for Jeeves.
so overhead in the vaulted entry foyer, 4 statues of dragons glare down, their eyes flickering in the torchlight. Mr. Jeeves had inspected these really closely upon entering, and it seemed that they left you alone. But sensing your intention to leave, all of these turn into 4 very real red dragon wormlings, and they have dropped to the floor.
Are they intelligent?
You're not sure. But Elias, it's your turn first. As you see all 4 of these drop down to the floor, glide down on their wings.
Elias is his 20 is wasted because he's overwhelmed and stricken with fear. Because he's better with dragons now, but still not 100%, so he can't do anything.
Yeah, you also see little flames lick out from their mouth, so it would be pretty intimidating to Elias personally.
And there was one right behind him too.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Jeeves, what would you like to do? We need some music, man.
Mark stepped away, remember?
Oh, shit. What would you like to do?
Please, stop. The master of this castle bid us leave.
Are there really 4 of them, Alex? Am I seeing things?
There are.
Are they all 4 breathing fire?
They are.
Yeah, all right. Alex, Mr. Jeeves waits for you to act, so he's not going to do anything just now. It's your turn.
She just called out to the dragons.
All right, so are you going to wait until they respond?
I have a feeling I'm going to regret it, but...
Why are you talking to them?
Fine. We don't have time for this. I really don't want to do this.
Why not?
Okay, so you're going to attack one of them, and it hits. All right, damage is dealt. How do you want to attack it? Let us know how this looks.
Well, the sorrowful misery cracks across his chest in warning.
All right, Mr. Jeeves says, "Oh, I was hoping that's what you'd say," and then
He gets 2 attacks.
Mr. Jeeves? Oh, you get 2
No,
attacks.
Alex.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. All right, another hit. And more damage. All right, so this is the one to the south west?
This one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, move to its range. Mr. Jeeves pushes Elias a little to the side so he can get in at this other dragon. Well, I don't know. Would he do that? Because I think the other dragon would get an attack of opportunity. Unfortunately, Mr. Jeeves can't use his... Well, no, I think he can do it first. I think he's going to disengage with his roguish actions that that extra action that he gets, so that he can get a better position and get next to the one that Alexandra's by. I think that's how his stuff works. And then he's going to, with his rapier, make a sneak attack against this red dragon. And let me just peek into his sheets here and his actions. I don't know how to activate his sneak attack, but... Ooh, I did it.
Oh my god, as Strahd, too, no less.
Well, that's just the DM speak. He hits it. And his rapier deals... Oh, that's it? What? Apparently...
Yeah, what's the sneak attack?
Apparently that didn't work. The sneak attack thing.
It should show up as an effect on him. It's probably an abilities button, I imagine.
I don't know. That's why we need
Is
you
it
here,
is
Mark.
it because I'm not standing beside it?
No, you're
Should
standing
I move?
beside it. You're within 5 feet of it.
I was within 5 feet, yeah, but does it have to be an adjacent square or can it be diagonal?
It doesn't know that.
It's an extra d6. But his level probably bumps that up.
I think it's like it's more than 2 dice.
I think it's like 4 dice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's part of the rogue table. I have to look up his whole rogue class. Damn it. All right. Player's handbook. Classes. Rogue. What level is he? He's level 7.
7?
His sneak attack is 4d6, so an extra 12 points of damage on Wormling number 3.
So is Elias's shadow helping us fight, or is it just looking at us?
It's just looking at you.
Hmm.
Alex did shout out to them that Strahd had bid them leave, so this is more like a warning attack for her than anything else. They have a chance to stop.
Alright, so Alex and Jeeves have gone, and now the dragons will be able to act. The shadow, it puts its shadowy hand up and waves at the dragons as if to like halt them, but the dragons don't seem to understand. And the one that's to the northwest is going to, let's see, 5. It's going to breathe a cone of fire on all of you.
Great.
Make a save versus dexterity. I'll make it for Mark. Let's see.
Oh, let me
Disadvantage still.
let me. I think. Let me fix that thing that he showed me.
You dropped a 10.
Okay, that should be
But-
fixed now.
Test it out just in case. I just want to see.
Yep.
Yay, we
How did you
figured
fix
out.
it?
So there's a magnifying glass next to AC, and there's a star for proficient. I've never been there before, but that's where you fix it up.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Alright, here's Mark's dexterity save. He rolled a 25. He's fine. Alex, I think you're fine. Elias, I don't think you're fine. Let me just see if it's half damage or complete miss if you make your DC.
Please let it be.
Half it.
Yes,
It's half.
please.
It's half.
Damn
Sorry.
it.
Alright, so Elias, you're gonna get the first bit of damage. That is not the right one.
That was a lot of dice.
Yeah, Elias. 31 points of damage as the flames roast you.
Ow.
And half damage on Mr. Jeeves. 13 points. And for Alex. 10 points of damage. Yeah, that really hurt, guys. But I'm not going to tell you what to do. Alright, next up, dragon number 2. It's
That
going
door
to
isn't
do
locked, is it?
the same thing. No, the door is actually still, well, I can't remember if it closed behind you or anything creepy. Let me read real quick. No, unless you guys didn't close it, it's still open.
Fuck it. Let's run.
Well, not before this dragon's going to start breathing fire. So, dexterity saves again, everyone.
Great.
Alex made it. Elias made it. Jeeves didn't make... Well, oh, no. He made it. He did the actual, like, exact DC. Alright, so Mr. Jeeves will take half damage. Mr. Elias, the flames keep you toasty. You are down. Elias is engulfed in flames enough to send him to the floor. Alexandra. You take another 12 points of damage. And then Mr. Jeeves. You take 9 points of damage. Alright. Now the other dragon is going to do the same thing.
Fantastic.
This is the one that you guys have already hurt pretty good. Elias, you're going to automatically fail. Alexandra, please make a save. That's a great saving throw. Mr. Jeeves makes a great saving throw as well. So both of you will only get half damage. Um, 11 points of damage to Mr. Jeeves. And 16 points of damage to Alexandra. Finally, the other wormling goes. This is the one in the far corner. I'm not sure if it can get everybody. Oh, wait. Elias gets an automatic death failure for being engulfed in flames again.
Well, since he's on the floor, wouldn't it miss him?
No, it's a cone effect. It gets
it's an
everybody in
area
the cone.
effect.
The dragons don't seem to mind the fire from the other dragons, though. So let me just check this cone shape, see how that works. Let me go to my drawing. Alright, here's a cone. Let's see, that's 5, 10, 15. Yep. With its 15-foot cone, it is going to direct that at Alexandra and Mr. Jeeves. So I'll need another saving throw, which you make. And Mr. Jeeves. Mr. Jeeves makes his saving throw. So half damage to both of you.
Are you sure Elias will be in the cone for wormling number 1?
For number 1?
Yeah. Not all 3 of them, I don't think.
Yeah, he would have had to move. I'll say he moved. Since things are already done. Actually, still even then. Let's see. I'll say to make it fair, I'll remove the death save. I don't think that you would have been in that cone. Alright, so 1 death failure removed from Elias. Thanks to his pointing out that cones don't work like that, Mike. If they didn't work like that from 45 degrees one way,
Yeah.
why would they the other when I'm even farther away? So, yeah, your logic is very sound. I like your sense of preservation there.
Always fair.
Always fair. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not perfect. I don't want to kill you. Alright, where was I? Rolling half damage? Alright, so Mr. Jeeves takes another 11 points. And Alex is going to take 14. Alright, Alex. It's Pidwick's turn. And Pidwick runs straight out the door. Into the ring.
Yeah, I can't blame him.
Next up is Elias.
Alright, so death save.
Success! Mr. Jeeves, let me look at your inventory here. Yeah, he doesn't have anything for healing. So, Mr. Jeeves, with his with the flames licking up his attire, he is going to look at Alexandra and say, "Excuse me," and pass through her space and out the door after taking an attack of opportunity from Wormling number 3, which is going to claw at him.
Can he disengage?
Oh, yeah. You're right. He has this roguish stuff. He can disengage even without roguish stuff. Yeah, and once he gets out there, he's not going to go too far. He's going to see if you guys can make it out. Actually, with his extra roguish thing, he might be able to disengage and start trying to drag Elias.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get Elias out of there.
That's definitely going to incur an attack of opportunity from Wormling number 1, though. And Elias might have to get out of one from number 2.
Shit.
But when you say, "Excuse me," and he starts to move past you, you have the opportunity to say, "Grab him," or something like that if you would like to instruct your butler to go and grab Elias. Otherwise, he's going to head out the door.
Yeah, let him run out the door.
Okay. And with that, Alex, it is your turn. Things aren't looking too great.
Yeah, disengage and run after him. And as soon as she gets outside... Strahd!
What about Elias?
If Strahd intervenes, we can keep him alive at least.
Are you sure about that?
Hopefully. It's his castle, they're his dragons.
Move yourself. Elias.
Yeah, I know. I gotta make several death saves.
Well,
Or I'm gonna automatically fail for 3 death saves, so I'm dead.
buddy, it's breath weapon recharged.
Huh?
It's breath weapon recharged.
Oh.
But it doesn't immediately use it. It's sniffing at you to see if you're still alive. Let's see how intelligent this thing is. I think it's going to save its breath weapon. It might need it. Instead, it's just going to start eating you.
Just gonna start what?
So,
You cut out.
instant death save, Elias, as this red dragon begins to gnaw into your thigh, taking a large chunk of you out. So that's one failure. The second wormling is going to do the same. Let's see. Did it get its breath weapon recharged? Why didn't it do it for that one and it did it for the other one? I don't understand
go
this
with
game
it.
sometimes.
Maybe it like does,
so that's
it does it for. Maybe it does it for them if they're supposed to get it back.
No, it should do it for him every time. Why would it do it for one and not the other? They're the exact same creature. It doesn't get it. Alright, so it doesn't need it anyway. It's just chewing you. So that's another death save. Failed instantly. You have no choice, but when you take damage, you instant death failure. Next up is Wormling number 3. And I'm going to say, at this point, Alex, you disengaged and ran, but you can see inside the door there that these dragons are beginning to consume your friend who has fallen. He's on the cusp of death. You have inspiration. Because of your inspiration, I'll give you an extra turn right now, if you want to take it.
So calling out for Strahd did nothing.
You didn't hear any response. And your friend is being torn, eaten down to the bone.
The dragons only attack if you leave, right?
Who are you asking?
You?
I don't think it works like that.
So she couldn't run in, try to grab him, and
You can do whatever you
run.
want. You tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you the results of your actions.
From observation of how it worked before, they did not attack us when we walked in, but they attacked us when we walked out. But they are activated right now, so you can take that as you will.
Alright, fine. Burn the inspiration and try to run in and grab him and pull him back inside to safety. And shut the door.
Alright. So your inspiration is gone. You have enough movement. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 to get to him. I'll allow you to grab him and start bringing him out. But you move past Wormling number 1. And it's going to take a bite at you. Just as an attack of opportunity. That's number 1. Let's see here. It hits you with the bite. Damn, you don't have a lot of hit points. This is
I know.
fucking scary right now. Five hit points of damage. What's your hit points at? 68. Oh my god, you've got 11 hit points left.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to absorb this right now. Things are going crazy.
What else was I supposed to
I
do,
don't know.
dude?
All right, so you start dragging Elias away. The other wormlings don't like that. And, man, I hate to say this, but...
Can she summon the sunlight from the whip to startle the fucking things at least?
You can try. You can try to illuminate it. I don't think that would stop them though. It's just sunlight. These dragons don't have any like weaknesses against light. is there anything else you'd like to try? Because you think that these things chewing on Elias's fallen body aren't so willing to give him up.
Does she have a healing potion?
No. Not anymore.
Elias, as you try to, well, you don't try to do anything.
No,
As
I
you try to
don't.
cling on to life. The dragons open their mouth to breathe fire at you, and your shadow becomes corporal. It becomes like the shadows that you guys encountered way back at the death house down in the cellar that you guys had to run from that one time. I remember Mark had to jump into the well.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
No, he jumped into the well to escape the centipedes.
Was it the centipede? No, he backed
Yes.
himself into that corner and then that thing was there. Well, okay, you guys know the shadows I'm talking about, and
Yes.
Elias's shadow turns into exactly that same type of shadow. It instead pulls the attention of these wormlings, and they direct their fire at it instead. So the cones are directed basically between the two worms, and they're immune to their own fire, so it doesn't hurt them. It looks like the shadow caused just enough distraction for Elias to be drug out of the entryway. You guys are outside. The dragons don't seem to be pursuing. But Elias, you are dying.
That was totally not what I meant when I was going to run in, but okay.
Well, what? Did I miss something? Explain.
Yeah, her intention was to run in, grab him, and drag him back inside so they weren't leaving, so the dragons wouldn't attack and piss them.
Well, fortunately, I misunderstood you.
That would have been worse.
Yeah,
Not
that
if she
would've been
could
worse.
have gotten Strahd's attention to have him call the dragons to back the fuck down.
You're not sure if he would do that anyway. But you're outside in the rain with Mr. Jeeves here. Would you really want to leave Mr. Jeeves on the other side of all that?
She's still mad at him, so probably.
God. All right. Well, I'm going to say, just as a tip, that I encourage you to go the correct way. But if you want, I'll take you the other way.
No, it's fine.
Are you sure?
I just feel like I wasted my inspiration, but that's fine.
No. He's alive right now because of your inspiration. That's 100% true. But that would have been 2 cones of fire, and he would have instant death save failure twice. He would be dead right now if it wasn't for your inspiration. And he's still not out of the woods yet because he has death saves to make. So I will leave it completely up to you which side of this
they're not
room
following
you wanna be on.
us,
They're
so
not following
let's
you.
just go.
All right, so I made an error in your favor. Okay, so Elias, let me see here. You have, oh shit, you have 2 failed death saves because you were being eaten.
Mm-hmm. I got one more. That'll be it.
1 more and you're dead. Whew. I am not feeling good right now. Fucking make him, dude.
Well, I mean, Alex has died twice. Can't be that bad, right?
Well,
It's bad.
Can Jeeves or I do a medicine check to try to help stabilize him?
Do you have a healer's kit or anything?
No,
Are you trained in that?
but we can.
You don't have a
tear off
healer's
some
kit.
clothing and use it as a bandage?
Let me check Mr. Jeeves' inventory for a healer's kit. I do not see one. Mr. Jeeves is useless to help him.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one that heals. All
All
right,
right, Brent. I really fucking want you to make some saves. 2 in a row is what we need. We need 2 saves in a row. 10 or higher, right? It's just, I don't know the way death saves, like how you roll them off your character sheet. Oh yeah, there's a dice right next to death saves. So.
I'm holding it over the chat window right now.
Oh my god. Good luck, dude.
Here we go.
Ooh, that was almost
Oh
a
my
critical
God.
success.
Yeah, if it you would have been at 1 HP if that would have been a 20. Okay, man. Please make this.
Oh, another one right now?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
All right.
Unless anyone wants to do something, but there's nothing they can really do.
Well, can Alex try to press her hands down over the wound to stop
Yeah,
the bleeding?
you can,
Will that
and
give him
blood is
advantage?
just pouring out between your fingers.
Will that give him advantage since
No.
she's helping?
Mm-mm.
All right, here it goes.
Good luck, man.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
Bravo! Bravo, Brent. Bravo.
Oh my god. Okay.
Holy
Okay.
crap.
You guys have...
Are you satisfied now, Mike?
Well, you guys are still at Castle Ravenloft, so...
Yeah, we got a half hour to go. Let's get the fuck out of here.
What do you guys want to do? Elias has stopped bleeding, but he's unconscious. There's a whole drawbridge ahead of you, and past the drawbridge is a long journey.
Where's our wagon at?
It's not in daytime anymore. I assume you left your wagon on the other side of the drawbridge.
Right, okay.
Well, we can sling his arms over Alex's and Jeeves' shoulders, and both of us can try to carry/drag him.
You can do that. Is that what you guys want to do?
Well, it's only...
Well, Mark's not here, so yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep forgetting he's not here. All right. You guys make it to the bridge, so I'll move you there. And then from there, let me read a little bit. The music stopped, damn it. Brent, you want to find us some music?
Yeah, let's get like a long game over loop. How about that?
After you lit his ass on fire and nearly died. Hey, let's find some music, buddy.
I think that's
Nah.
Alright, so you guys are outside of Ravenloft and currently on the bridge. Let's see here. Why am I not finding what I'm looking for? I know it's in here. Man. Sometimes I wish I had the paper version of this.
Let's see if this works. That was quick.
Good job, bot.
88 songs in like 10 seconds.
No, you're kidding me.
No. The entire Legacy of Darkness soundtrack. I just put it in the chat window. And I don't know if we've used that before.
Chat window? What? I haven't used what?
The Legacy of Darkness soundtrack.
Mm.
I don't even know it very well, so...
Huh. This is really frustrating. Why can I not find the encounter I'm looking for?
That's an encounter.
Yeah.
Great.
Center courtyard, maybe? Okay, well, I'm just gonna call for a break. Everyone take 5. I've got to open up the actual PDF to find what I'm looking for. For those of you watching on YouTube, I just said something about a PDF. I do not encourage thieving things from Wizards of the Coast. They deserve all the money. You know. I bought this adventure on Fantasy Grounds, so they have got money for this adventure. I just need to reference something that I can't find. You know what? I'm just going to call it fortune. Good fortune for the players. You guys make it across the bridge without any occurrences. Sorry if I've ruined any surprises for later, because obviously there's more to the bridge that I just can't find right now. Once on the other side,
attack us, it doesn't matter.
Where you saw the holes in the mountain on the other side that you had previously mentioned, there's only one left, and it's shaped like Alex.
Oh, great.
Don't you feel wanted?
But where
Yeah,
all of the other
totally.
holes, the many holes that were shaped like people, they're all gone except for one. And it also looks like the fault that had shifted, that exposed all of these holes, the sheer fault has receded, as if this will not be here again the next time that you come here. So you've got Elias unconscious and at the cart. You see that in the distance. What would you like to do, Alex?
Are you encouraging me to go and hop into the rock?
No, I'm just describing the environment. I have no agency over the player's decisions. And I'm not suggesting anything one way or the other. It's all up to you.
Better question. Can I roll insight to see if Strahd was bullshitting with the knowledge he was saying about the rock and our fates?
You can always roll for insight for what NPCs have said. That's fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Never mind, that sucked.
Yeah, all you glean is what Strahd had actually said himself, which was something about fate and stepping into what was made for you versus making your own path.
Yeah, let's just get out of here.
Elias dangles agreeably.
All right, Mr. Jeeves and Alexandra hoist Elias's unconscious body into the carriage, and the horse slowly starts to pull away into the night. Whew. Okay. Congratulations, my friends. You have survived your first entrance into Castle Ravenloft.
That was a nice capstone onto the end of the exit there.
Yeah. As the cart pulls away, unseen to the eyes of Alexandra and Mr. Jeeves, the earth rumbles a bit, and the hole is buried as the slice of the cliff recedes and is now flush back with the earth. Alexandra's hole is forever concealed below the ground. That's the last time that you'll encounter that. You've chosen instead to forge upon your own destinies rather than conform to what was set in stone for you.
And Elias's shadow was left behind and toasted?
Elias is unconscious and doesn't know.
Okay, well, I'm just asking if you were going to...
Yeah, can the other two see if the shadow is with him?
You guys don't see the shadow. You can roll for perception. But whenever
Never mind.
whenever a DM
It's too dark and
already
it's
tells
storming,
you
I
the
don't care.
result before he asks you to roll, you can pretty much be sure that it was beyond you knowing. All right.
Well, it's not with us, so I'm assuming it's dead.
And you have the Clockwork Man on the wagon, too.
Yeah, he ran out ahead of everyone, and he's with you guys, heading off to... Where's your destination? I can share the overall map. We haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
Well, let's head back to the Seer encampment. It's the closest thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So the party moves onward into the night.
Alex checks on Piddlewick just to make sure he's okay.
It seems just fine.
Yeah, she pretty much used her body to shield him while they were breathing fire the first time, so...
Oh shit. Oh wow. I can't believe I did that. Hold on a second. I need to look at something.
Or you can allow us to pass peacefully into the night.
Could. But that's not the way D&D works, man. I've been generous enough with the shadow, I think. Let's see. But I'm still feeling guilty about doing a cone of fire on Elias that normally wouldn't have hit.
Well, the bad thing is just how much damage the darn things did.
Yeah, and they did mostly half damage to everybody. And you guys are fucked up. Alright. You guys are making your way along. Actually, this might be it right here. Yeah. You guys come to the crossroads. This is the gallows where Mr. Jeeves saw himself hung. And as your cart's pulling through,
Where the hell's the graveyard duck?
the graveyard duck was also encountered here, yeah.
So we can't take the dotted line path to the circle?
On horseback? Or on with the cart? No. It's
what kind
of off-road.
Oh, okay.
That's like a path. The solid line's a road. Alright, so let me see. You can't shake the feeling that something is behind you. When you look back, you see a shadow, tall and still, but nothing of its dimensions could cast it. Alex, you see 4 shadows that look to be corporal. None of them are shaped like Elias, as far as you can see. And they look to be in pursuit of your cart, of your wagon. They look like they're faster than normal people. You're going to have to push your horses if you wish to escape these.
Yeah, mush horsies.
All right. Well, you're at a crossroads when this happens, and you have limited ground to the Seer Pool and more ground to the village of Barovia, but it is farther and it is in the dark. Do you guys still want to drive the horses to the Seer Pool or the village?
I think you're just talking to Alex because I don't have a say. Right?
Yeah, I am.
Well, I'm assuming that Strahd shadows won't harm the gypsies. If they are Strahd shadows. I don't know why they would be attacking us if he bid us leave and wanted us to go do his bidding, so...
If his dragons are ready to eat you, I don't know if anything else is... Like, I mean, I wouldn't bet my life on it or anything, but I'm speaking metagame again. So the Seer Pool was your decision, and that is the direction you go. Let's see here. Who's driving, you or Jeeves?
Jeeves.
Okay. Damn.
Why?
Because you're going to make me roll instead of him and you. Leave it up to DM rolls, that's fine.
What are we rolling?
He's attempting to drive this with animal handling, and he has a +1 in it. So he's going to...
Right. Well, I have a +3, so I'll do it then.
Well, you already said Jeeves was doing it, so Jeeves is doing it. He rolled a 19 + 1 is 20. And Mr. Jeeves handles this cart very
pro.
nicely. Like a pro, yes. He manages to put enough distance between the shadows and you that you think that you've lost him by the time the road ends and a path begins. You think that to take the cart from here on is doable, but it's going to be a lot slower. So getting out and manually helping the horses along and navigating through here, it's a bit slower, but it's no real problem. You're going to find that the road gradually disappears and is replaced by a muddy path through these trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of comings and goings of wagons. You're leaving your own with the wagon of your own. The canopy of mist branches suddenly and gives way to black clouds boiling above. Well, it's nighttime, but there's a clearing here. And next to the river that widens to form a small lake several hundred feet across, 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. Much larger tent stands in the near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. And you hear the celebrations of the Vistani here. It looks like most of these wagons are ones that you see from the previous weeks that you were here. It looks like some have gone, but this is just, as you know, the natural way of the Vistani is to not stay in one place for too long. So you're not sure if you'll find many people here that you knew from before. However, you do recognize Madame Eva's tent, as if she is still here.
Alright, well, Alex is going to run ahead, leaving Jeeves with Elias. Hopefully Jeeves can continue trying to drag him, but she's going to run ahead and try to get help.
Alright, very good.
Well, they don't have to drag him if he's on the wagon. They can just pull the horse.
They left the wagon behind on the path.
Oh, we didn't say that. Mike just said it would be slower to walk with the horse, but since Elias is on the wagon anyway, it'd be about the same speed as dragging him, maybe faster.
Well, regardless, as Alexandra approaches to find help, you see that troublemaker Vistani that made so much problems in the village of Barovia, and he kind of winces and scratches his head, tries to avoid making eye contact with you, Alex, and then he slowly raises his eyes to you, and you can tell that, like, maybe he feels guilty about something. And that's where we'll end for the night. All right, so Mark missed out on the last bit here, but congratulations on not dying, Elias. I'm so glad that you're alive.
That 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that was close.
You're telling me.
Any thoughts you want to share for us to look back upon in our YouTube recording here?
I'm glad that Alex's idea didn't happen.
Oh, of going further into the castle?
Because we would both be dead, probably. So yeah, I think it worked out. I mean, maybe. We'll see. I don't know if anybody here can heal me or not. So we'll have to find out.
I think you naturally heal with enough rest. So at least there's that. I'm going to have to go and look up our previous Vistani friends and remind myself what their names are. And I've got their characters well in mind. I just don't have their names at the tip of my tongue. I hate it when you try to remember something so hard, and it's like the harder you try, the faster
the further it gets from you.
Yeah. But I really liked those guys. They were all good. Not all of them, but the two that you met in the village were pretty good.
It might be interesting to meet with Madame Eva again and let her know, what we've done and the fortunes we've pursued and what's happened. And
if only Jack could deliver her that crystal ball he found.
Oh, yeah.
But he's not there.
And he needs to attune to that lute as well.
I wonder if she'd be able to do another reading to see how fucked we are.
If that is that something that you're going to ask her to do? Because I can think about that. It'd be easier to do that in between weeks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll look back into the cards and see what they may have in store. So, next week, another card reading, hopefully a conscious Elias. Maybe sometime we'll see Jack. If Jack comes back, maybe he'll escape from Castle Ravenloft on his own. If he doesn't, and you guys sever Strahd's power to the land, maybe he'll die. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what fate has in store for Jack. So I would encourage you guys listening. I'll send this link to the players. But for anyone who's curious about the holes in the mountain, there's a certain Junji Ito story that I will suggest you look up about holes in the cliff or something. I'm sure you'll find it if you look for it. Junji Ito, that's Junjiito. Excellent manga. The fate of the players, if they would have went into those holes, would have been exactly what's in that. And very wisely, I'm very proud of my players that they did not choose to explore every little nook and cranny of Ravenloft when they shouldn't, because some shit you just don't want to step into. Alright, and I'll send that to you guys in the Facebook group tonight. I'll send that to, or I'll recommend you guys do that. We have a stream to catch for Intercreates. Let's go see what Curse of the Moon, not Circle of the Moon, Curse of the Moon has to offer. Until next week, goodbye everyone.
Bye-bye.